Hi there. You're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media, all of our platforms. I'm Mike Morales here in sweltering San Antonio. That young man is.
Rick Levy in San Diego.
Is it sweltering where you are, Rick?
No, it's been very pleasant. We've had some cool evenings. We're having our usual May gray, June gloom in the mornings, like the
Uh,
first
uh,
half of the day. So,
yeah, the June gloom. I miss that. We have, in Texas, there's only two seasons, hot and hotter, just like California. Well, just like some parts of California. California, what their seasons are earthquake, flood, fire. You're in the fire season right now, aren't you? Followed followed closely by hot winds and then more fire. Uh, Tonight, Rick, I'm hoping that this is going to be a surprise for you. We're going to be trying rock and roll tequila. This rock and roll tequila is technically a liqueur. Okay, uh, take,
mango.
take a look at what it says. It's made with 100% agave tequila, the silver tequila, but it is, and right up front, they're not lying to you. They're telling you that this is artificially flavored and colored. Now, remember, folks, the CRT does allow for this kind of adulteration as long as it's not harmful to human beings. And this technically is not, well, yeah, it technically is not at a full 80 proof. This is actually a tequila liqueur. It's their mango, or as we like to call it, acoustic. If you watched the previous one, you saw that they have this version, which is their triple distilled. Um, this this is the
I
acoustic.
don't know. We'll have to be the ones to determine whether or not artificial mango is harmful to humans.
Now this is a yellow glass, okay? The glass is
Oh,
yellow.
thank goodness! I thought that was the juice.
I'm gonna try. This is my first try with a liqueur and the Stasel Jarrito
All right,
tumbler.
it smells like a Slurpee or a mango margarita.
Oh, okay, all right. Now there, um, I was telling Rick off camera. The master distiller for this tequila is Jose Aceves. That they himself and his brother Cesar run a boutique tequila. What do we call them?
I don't know.
Distillery
Design? They're not. They're
design.
they're
Yeah,
distillers, but
they
they're not the distillery.
no,
So they actually work with multiple distilleries, but they will actually go and run the process at the distillery.
right.
And they also do everything else from, bottle design, label design. Um, they seem to help a private label brand, carry everything straight through to delivery.
Which is really nice because that they as a matter of fact, weren't you the one that said it there, Jose? They have the family farms, so when they source agave to begin with on any of their projects, they use their agave. Depending on what the flavor profile that the brand owner wants, then they start with the family brand, the family plots, and then source from the open market. But whenever they can, they just stick to their Highlands agave. The Okay, wow.
It's a big mango nose there.
Yeah, big. It's like you know what? I just had a Jello flashback. As a, I did. I had a. Wow, that's like Jello, man. Well,
Yeah.
okay. So, in keeping with the rock and roll image, okay, um, we discussed the owners. There are three different owners, three partners. They all come from entertainment backgrounds. I think let's see it figures that they would go for a tequila like this or a liqueur like this because you have Andy Herbst is the founder. He's a surfer and a soccer player, originally from South Africa. Scott Woolley, you said, was a producer. He's an Emmy winning producer in
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he won the Emmy for William Shatner's Gonzo Ballet though. It might have been for one of the rock concerts he produced for TV.
Could be. And then there's Dan Marino, the quarterback. Yeah,
Dan Marino.
Dan Marino from Ace Ventura. Oh, righty then. So yeah, Dan is a restaurateur and an investor in the brand. With lots of restaurants in the Florida area. These guys are all based in Florida, right? Is that what's going on?
I believe so.
Okay. Now, let's get just
if you're into frozen mango margaritas, you will probably enjoy this nose.
Yeah, the nose is very much the commercial. I mean, you can tell by the legs and tears, it's a little thicker, a little bit much syrupy. I mean, really syrupy, big, long legs and tears. It's. I'll have to say I'm a little surprised at Jose. I did not know he had it in him because his tequilas have really pronounced flavor profiles. He produced Mejor when it was out way back when. Comisario is now making a resurgence. Don Sueños we have reviewed here. It is the Brand of Promise nominee as well for this year. He has one that he was very excited about called Penta. Maybe we'll get samples of Penta. Not sure. But then there's Rock and Roll. And this one is a 32 alcohol by volume, 32%. It is 64 proof. So it's a liqueur. Okay? But it says it's artificially sweetened. So what do you...
They produce this at a different distillery. It's produced at NOM 1499, Casa Tequilera de Arandas, at El Rancho Cabrito in Arandas. This one's been on the CRT's Marcas list for almost 2 years. And again, they're using Highlands agave. This distillery uses autoclave, roller mill, stainless steel vats, stainless stills, and this one is double distilled, whereas the Blanco from 1529 was triple distilled.
I was going to ask you, is this double or triple distilled? But you found that out, I guess, on the Rock and Roll website, because the information didn't tell us. At least I didn't see it. And they also produce a Cristalino, which we did not get samples of. And that's, if and when we ever get samples of that, I'll discuss what Jose, his feelings about the Cristalino category, which.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
Well, it was.
Does he talk about it in the open bar segment?
Yes, he does.
All right. I'll have to watch for that.
I had to ask him, I had to ask him why. So you can see his response on Open Bar. Hopefully it will have been on already before you see this review. Okay, the nose is like a Jello nose.
Yeah. Let's go in because I can't handle the nose anymore.
Okay.
Candy.
Okay. Now remember, earlier this year or late last year, we had a Tequila. Okay, and that one was really a hard sell for both you and me. So now we have a Tequila, which is lemon.
Yeah.
And now we have a mango.
Well, I gotta say that I prefer this to the Tequila.
I do too.
The Tequila is supposed to be like a limoncello. For me, it was much more like lemon fresh joy. So,
God. So we could wash your dishes with it. I, you know, my I've had some experience with liqueurs. You know, there was a time where there were some almond flavored tequilas and almond flavored liqueurs um, back 10, 12 years ago that were really, really good and very, um, they're very attractive to the female market. Maybe they were going for that. You
yeah.
know, um, everybody had a tequila liqueur.
Well, I bet you could make a really popular Rocks Rita using a regular Blanco tequila, but then accenting it with some of this.
So you say floating it, like floating it on top of
Yeah.
a okay. Um, it's it's palatable. I will say that it's going to react like all other liqueurs. If you've ever had agavero, for instance, that's a Cuervo product. I can only have like two small. It used to come with its own small glassware, that you would have like for dessert. And you have to. You could even have this on the rocks, but after two of those, my palate was done. I,
Yeah.
I, I just, if you're not into the sweet, artificially sweetened, this could very possibly turn you off. But I, you can find a lot of, I think a lot of uses for this tequila, like you said.
Sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
and
I wouldn't recommend it as a sipper, unless you're into really sweet stuff and you like to sip sweet stuff. But for me, I wouldn't have it as a sipper. I probably wouldn't have it on the rocks. I would use it as an accent in a mixed drink.
I think you could cut this a lot of different ways. I probably could have it on ice. I think soda water. I could
Yeah,
ginger ale.
it could
You
be a
know,
nice accent to a paloma.
yeah,
Just a
oh yeah.
little dash of mango on top of your paloma.
Might even be a good ingredient in other, in other cocktails, fruity cocktails, things like that. I don't know where they're going with it. I don't know, how they're promoting it and pushing it. And all I know is that in the little back brochure that they sent with this, there is a recipe for it. Um, and what are they calling it? They're calling it a backstage mango. Backstage, in keeping with the rock and roll theme. Add rock and roll tequila. Oh wow, a half ounce of agave. It says here, so agave syrup, I guess. Fresh lime juice, pineapple juice, dropped Tabasco, garnished with a cilantro, small red chili. I'll stop now. You're turning me
My teeth hurt.
That's really, really sweet. And it's like a sweet and sour. I mean, you could probably dip your ribs in them or something. you know, um, I guess, you know what? I'm just going to say that in keeping with the fun that they're having, I can
I'm Mike Morales. I'm CEO of Tequila Aficionado Media, and I just wanted to thank you for watching Sipping Off the Cuff. We love doing these reviews for you. Now, if you're an Agave Spirits brand owner and you're watching this, there are 3 things that I'd like to talk to you about. Number 1, if you'd like us to review your Agave Spirit on Sipping Off the Cuff, just send me an email, mike@tequilaaficionado.com. It won't cost you a dime, and I promise you'll get an honest review. Number 2, if your brand has been nominated, past or present, as a brand of promise, we can help you promote your brand effectively and affordably over on the tequila PR side of things. Just email me, mike@tequilapr.com. And number 3, if your brand has ever been a Brand of Promise nominee or a winner, you automatically qualify with us, or to go with us on our